Hey guys, if you are making music on Suno right now with a free plan, I need you to stop what you're doing and watch this video because every song you make on the free plan, it doesn't belong to you. It belongs to Suno. And I'm not making this up. I'm not being dramatic. It's literally what it says in the terms of service. And in this video, I'm going to save you from one of the most painful mistakes you can make as an AI music creator. Let's get into it.
Nomaditsu.
Now, quick disclaimer, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a guy on the internet making AI music that reprograms my brain. Check out my album. But seriously, all I'm doing is giving a PSA on a very common mistake I see people making, and I want to save you guys from that. And I'm just sharing the research that I've done with AI and looking at the terms of service. And this also applies to anybody making AI music. Now, how did we get here? Well, on my last video, I got this comment, do you use Suno paid or free version? And I answered immediately, paid. Always use the paid plan if you plan to distribute your music to streaming platforms and if you want ownership rights to what you make. So after I saw this comment, I was like, damn, I should make a video about this because people are still curious about this. They're still making this mistake. And you're going to see just how bad this mistake can be if you care about your music, your lyrics, and being able to monetize your music. So what's the problem? If you make music with the basic free plan, Suno is the owner of the songs, period. You are allowed to use the songs for non-commercial purposes. Here's what it says directly from their help center. Songs made on the free plan are only intended for personal non-commercial use. These songs cannot be monetized, but can be shared using your Suno link. Now, imagine this scenario, okay? You spend weeks crafting the perfect lyrics. It's deeply personal. You feel it's one of your best ideas. You generate 50 versions on the free plan just so you can get that perfect track. You're ready. You're excited to share with the world. And then legally, that song belongs to Suno, not you. And yeah, so here's the actual terms of service that was updated in March 2026. If you are a user of the free or basic tier of the service, then you covenant and agree that you will only use the outputs generated from the submissions made by you through the service solely for your lawful, internal, personal, and non-commercial use, provided that you give attribution credit to Suno in each case. So when you're sharing the music that you made on the free plan, you also have to attribute them legally. So, translation, you can listen to it, you can share your Suno link with friends, but you can't put it on Spotify, you can't sell it, you can't monetize it in any way. But wait, it gets worse, okay? Let's say you didn't know any of this and you've just been using the free plan, experimenting, having fun, and then you create something amazing and you think, this is the one. This is the song I want to release. And you think, okay, I'll just upgrade to the paid plan now and then I'll own it, right? That's what I thought, but wrong, okay? Here's what it says in their help center. If I subscribe, do I get rights for the songs I made before subscribing? And here we go. Subscribing to a pro or premier plan does not give you retroactive commercial use licensing for the songs made with the free plan by default. Songs made with the Suno's free plan can only be used for non-commercial purposes. Now, there is a little exception here. It says, we may offer retroactive rights in certain cases, but this is not guaranteed and it applies to only specific songs. So if you made this mistake, you might have a chance to recover your song if you contact them directly and try to get your rights back. But this is a problem here. So pay attention to that. Now, they also said this publicly after their Warner Music deal. Songs made on the free plan, not subscribed, are only available for non-commercial use and cannot be monetized. Starting a subscription after you made a great song will not give you retroactive license for the song. So they've said that, and I'm going to give links to all of these references in the description below. So in summary, you can't create first and pay later. If the song was born on the free plan, it stays Suno's property. All right, so I know what you're thinking. I was thinking the same thing is, but what if I remix it, right? What if I just edit it after I upgrade and then now it makes it mine, right? Because it's different from the original. But Suno owns the original output. And when you agreed to their terms, you gave them a worldwide, perpetual, irrevocable, royalty-free license to your content, including the right to create derivative works. So remastering a song that they own doesn't magically transfer the ownership ownership to you. The foundation is theirs. The derivative is built on their property. Now, an important nuance is that the original lyrics that you typed in, you technically still own those. And Suno calls those submissions. However, this is important. By using their service, you've given Suno a permanent, irrevocable license to use those lyrics however they want. This is the big thing I wanted to warn you about. You own the lyrics on paper, but you just gave Suno a forever pass to use your lyrics however they want because you put it into the free plan. That's what you gotta watch out for. Okay, so the solution, good news, it's simple. If you're on the Pro or Premier plan when you created the song, Suno assigns you all the rights. And this is the same for most other music platforms, but always read their terms of service or ask AI to help you make sense of them. Now, if you are subscribed, you hit generate, you own the song, period, and you continue to own the song even if you cancel later. Now, pro tip, I just recommend you get the annual plan if you can, and if you are planning to make music all year, or you're the type who always just has these ideas for music, just get the annual plan so you are covered. Because here's why. I used to think I'll just subscribe when I have a specific song in mind, and then I'll cancel, and then all good. But the problem is what really happens is you get inspiration randomly, and then you want to execute that as soon as possible before the inspiration vanishes. And now you're experimenting on the free plan, and suddenly you create something you love, and now you're stuck. You can't own it. You can't publish it. The best you could do is resubscribe and then try to recreate that exact song. And if you've used Suno before, you know how hard that could be to regenerate the same song. It's almost impossible. So with the annual plan, you're just covered. Every experiment you do, every late night session, every happy accident, it's yours. Plot twist. One more thing even paid users need to know. Even though you own your song through the paid plan, the terms of service say Suno makes no representation or warranty to you that any copyright will vest in any output. So in other words, you own the song, but whether you can formally copyright it, that's a legal gray area. Copyright law requires human authorship, and AI generated music is still being figured out. Now, what is human authorship? Now, this is just a really high level simplified answer. So basically, you could break down the AI outputs in 3 categories. There's 100% AI generated. You just press a button and AI makes the whole thing with 0 input from you. And the courts deem this no copyright protection at all. Nobody owns it. It was confirmed all the way to the US Supreme Court early in 2026, and they refused to hear an appeal, so humans only rule stands. Now, AI assisted, you use the tool, use it as a tool, but you make the creative decisions, writing the lyrics, directing the output, editing, curating. You can get copyright, but only parts where your human creativity is identified. So the US Copyright Office published guidance on this in January 2025, saying it's a case-by-case thing. Now, the legal gray zone is when human and AI contributions are so blended together, you can't tell them apart. Copyright protection gets murky. If your human authorship isn't separable from the AI's output, you might get nothing. So that's just a little primer on what human authorship is. What do we do about it? What I do to protect myself is I document everything. So my original lyrics are actually inspired by these AI therapy sessions that I call mind coding sessions. It's a process I've been developing over the past year. So I save all of those transcripts, and then I show how those transcripts get converted to start forming the lyrics based on the transcripts. And then I show how I am shaping the lyrics like through multiple iterations, trying to get the lyrics to how I want them, and how I'm working with the AI to instruct it to rewrite certain parts, or I will do direct edits. Now, I show all those iterations, and I also show how I develop the musical direction, which becomes Suno style prompts. So if theoretically I got pulled into court, this is what I would be using to defend myself, all of this transcript stuff and my process to show my human authorship on this music. Now, the ultimate protection, in my opinion, publish your music to all the streaming platforms. Make content about it. This way you're creating a digital paper trail that will be irrefutable that you're the originator. And again, I am not a lawyer. This is not legal advice. Just sharing what makes sense to me. To wrap this up, if you care about your music, if you care about your lyrics, if you plan to distribute your music, if you want to own your music, understand the terms of service. Ask AI to help if you need the help, which I did. And if you're using Suno and most other AI music generation platforms, that likely means you need to be on the paid plan. Look for commercial terms. Now, if you want to distribute your music on DistroKid, don't forget to check out my last video where I show my full publishing process from the very beginning to being live on all the platforms, and use my link in bio to support the channel if you're signing up for DistroKid. Now, this video wouldn't be complete without me promoting my own album, which is in progress. It's called Mindset. Check the link in bio. I would really appreciate it if you give it a like and listen. And Mindset is me using AI and psychology to reprogram my own mind and anybody else who's listening to the album. And I'm already getting some feedback that it's changing people's mindsets. And finally, if you'd like more content on AI, music production, AI tools, and other AI goodness, don't forget to like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Nomaditsu.